How's it going? What's up, everybody? All right, tonight we have absolutely epic builds tonight. We literally have these amazing, I have some amazing colors for y'all. Literally, it's going to be absolutely insane. Okay, we got that one, and let's grab this here because we need to move this off to the side. I'm going to put them up high. Make sure there's no sharp edges. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Jenny, how are you? John, what's up? Thinking time, how you doing? What's up, Valentine? How are you? That's so weird. That does not feel sharp at all. I'll take it. All right, so we are doing an absolute insane color tonight. I didn't know I had any of this left. And we're going to do 2 flowers tonight that are insane, color changing. Oh, at least one will be. The other one I'm not sure about because I just built the color. What's up, Smoky Dwarf? Pump up so with some Mountain Dew, and here we go. What's up, Dragonfly? How are you? Good evening. What's up, Colleen? Bayo, how are you? Matt, what's up? North Carolina Prospectors. Woo, what's happening? Who we got on here? Chris, Demetrio. KCH, what's up? How you doing? Leslie, how are you? Could I make us more? Probably. Whitney, what's up? All right, let's get going. We are building the most insane color flower right now. We're going for it. Let me turn on my fan because it's going to get hot. I found old stock Mega Mai Tai. This color is insane. We're going to use it. And here we go. We're going to start off. So we're getting going. We're going to make a flower right off. We're just going right in. No fluff. Just straight up. Exotic flower time. There we go. All right, so we got to start off with a little bit of a cone shape. Again, this is one of those colors I don't want to have go kind of sideways on me. All right, let's do the taco bend here, taco petal. Oh, yeah. All right, let's bring it into the side view. Man, this is already doing it. I can't even believe it. This is why I love this color. So we got a little bit of a taco looking petal right there. That's why I call it the taco. I'm not even showing you guys until we get close. I'm not even showing you till we get close. We've got to get at least 6 petals in here before I show you any of the color. Okay, so you need 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes of your time. Give me 5 minutes. And I will show you awesome. They don't even make this version of the Mega Mai Tai anymore. And a lot of people ask me, why don't you save it? Because I only have like 4 rods of it. I didn't even think I had any more. But, yeah, I only have like 4 or 5 rods of it. And it's not enough to put into a production line. So let's do some custom one-offs. We got Valentine's coming up. This will definitely be available. Okay, let's add the 3rd petal on here. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Monday. Welcome in. Let's bring you down and out. There we go. Okay, we're going to get this petal on. All right, I'm going to show you the 3 petals. I'm not adding the light till we get at least 6 petals on there, okay? But you can see how that one I just put on right there went very light. You're going to see it get a little darker in a second. Like that. What's up, Heather? All right, after I get the next few in, we're going to add 3 more petals. I will give you a little sneak peek of the reveal. So we're about 2 minutes away. And you get a sneak peek at it. Sneaky peeky. Give a little tribute to the Peaky Blinders. A little Peaky Blinder look. We're going to bring it in. The amber purple came out really, really fantastic last night. I did get some photographs of it, but we had to get it packed and out the door. What's up, Craig? How are you? Steven, how are you? Fidel, what's up? All right, let's get this done. Oddly enough, this is really easy to track where the last petal was. And then I have a very surprise color after this one. I spent a little time today and pre-made a color. I didn't want to spend time making the color with all of you because that's kind of boring. I figured we'd just get right into the flower. So I pre-made it. Yep, there it is. One, nope. Ooh. Almost messed it up. 1, 2, there we go. Here we go. I might have enough for 2 of these. I'm not sure. We'll see in a minute. I'm not doing 2 in a row, though. All right. So here's a little sneak peek of it. Let's go to the side cam. Y'all ready? Did I tell you that was a freaking amazing color? Told ya. There we go. Yeah, that is a badass color. I'm just going to say it. No, the color of the flame is actually a very bright, bright blue. Almost like baby blue. I'll use a filter here. Let me get 3 more petals on here. And I'll use a filter if you are still around. You can check it out. Won't take me very long. About a minute to a minute and a half to do these 3 petals. And I'll pop the filter on there. You can kind of see how the Borovision cuts out a lot of the sodium flare, but you can also see the true color of the flame. Thank you, Steven. Cruising, what's up? How you doing? Dale, how are you? Country Dragon. Deb, how are you? I will let you know, Deb, for sure. Okay, here we go. You ordered the one that was like Kevin with the angel wings, right? I'll have to prep for that. Those wings actually had a custom color on it. Hi, Kim. How are you? What's up, Groves? So, little shout out to my mods on there that are the glass blowers. We got Groves Glass Gallery and Dragonfly Creation. Give them a follow. They do lamp working just like me. They are getting fantastic and doing an amazing job learning. So you want to get in early, follow them at an early stage so you could say, I knew them before they were famous. I was following them before they became famous. And then we got Red Squeak around. Red Squeak is doing some amazing photography. And I highly suggest you go follow Red Squeak too. There's Red Squeak. How you doing? Okay, let's do the filter. And all the rest of the mods. Cruising, John. Who else do we got on here for mods? Cruising, we got John. And all the rest of the mods. I can't see anybody else's name. Thank you for keeping the chat safe. All right, so this is the filter that's like my glasses. We're going to zoom in on it, actually. Actually, we're going to zoom in anyway. Right about there. So this filter is the same as the lenses on my glasses. I'm going to bring it in, and you're going to see how it transfers all that out. Gets rid of a lot of that color versus that. But now you can see the true color of the flame. That's what it really looks like. It's exactly what it looks like. All right, a little reveal time. All right, this is going to be an epic flower. This is going to be a seriously awesome build. Damn it. If I can click the mouse, okay. All right, ready? Here comes the little tease reveal. I told you. That's a little teaser. Yeah, that's a little teaser of the build. All right, we need to go to the next set of petals. These are going to be a little, no, not UV reactive. That is just badass reactive. This is a color called Mega Mai Tai, and I bought it like on its first batch ever made. And then they reformulated it a little bit. And I've kept this stuff around for a while. I found 5 rods of it as I was cleaning some stuff out. And I said, you know, tonight we're going to do it in a flower. It deserves some glory here. It's an amazing color. I'm not going to keep it around just to have 5 rods hanging around. Let's use it up, turn it into something beautiful that someone may want. And see what happens. No, the light that you see is just flashlight. Deb, I will have to message you. I do not have any time frame. Absolutely. I have to go look at the schedule. I actually have a full schedule on there. 100%, but we'll get to it. Won't be too long. I'll probably do it in the evening, though. Okay, we're going to melt that in. Yeah, it'll probably be an evening run. And I think we could probably get it for sure into this week. It's not an overly complicated piece, obviously. It's just the one color I have to make. Soonest opening. It depends on what the item is. If you're wanting something completely off menu, then it's about 2 months out. If it's just changing the color of something I currently make, or a marble that isn't like too overly complicated, then it's not that far out. But got to remember, custom designs, before it ever makes it to you, the customer, I have to make a prototype. I can't just say, hey, I'm going to go make whatever it is someone wants and have it come out perfect. I mean, it may happen, but that's about a 10% chance. It's not a high chance that that's going to happen. All right, we're going to heat this up, keep it warm. Thank you. Side Ion, thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you for stopping by. What's up, Colleen? Anthony, Colleen, Acid. Thank you so much for all the jewels. I just noticed that coming across my screen. My fire looks aggressive. No, it's a baby cat. My fire is just it purrs like a kitty. It's just a gentle little fire. All right, here we go. I'm going to keep showing off this color. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I think that is so freaking cool. And then you see it through that way. Look, amber. And there. What's up, Gail? How are you? Good evening. You can hear it purr. That's right. You can. Although I got to admit, me and cats have not gotten along very much. I've only had like 2 cats that I've really gotten along with. I don't know cats that well, but it's like they're all hella friendly with you, and then all of a sudden they're like, they'll scratch the hell out of you because they just think it's funny. So last cat that I had to babysit that did that, I gave it a ton of catnip. I was like, all right, let's see who's funny now. Cat couldn't even walk straight. Like, there you go. Have a bunch of catnip. Let's go. Yeah, I'm glad I found this color today. I've been like digging in my archives because of all the color price changes. So in my industry right now, a lot of the colored glass went up in price. And so I'm kind of having to dig out like old archives just to make sure of what I have. And then I've been putting together boxes of shorts. I got 1 box of shorts already set for Dragonfly and Grows, but I've been putting a second box together for them as I've been digging out too. Because they're going to need the color as well. Okay, let's go. I'm going to show you what a petal looks like before I actually do the carving into it. I think this is a little process you guys don't get to normally see. I got to be quick about it though. So see it just kind of dangling there? Like that? That's what it looks like before I actually carve into it. I'm going to go right into it. I'm not even going to change the camera view. And you can kind of see it flopping around there in real time. Bring it up. And just meld that in. Then you can see it got melded in now. So that's what when I talk about carving it in there, that's exactly what I'm doing. How cold is that flame? It's only like 3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I think this definitely went up in all my favorite glass went up in price. All of it. All my favorite colors went up. Like I said, I just spoke to Abe at North Star, who owns North Star Glass, and we had a conversation about some colors, and they're going to be, they needed to reorder the glow in the dark glass. But yeah, we were talking about some of it. I wish I could help him more. I know a little bit about some of the colors. I know how to make a few really cool colors, like purple. But amber purple, I'm not familiar with. I wish I could help him on that, because I would love to keep that cost down. All right. This flower deserves an extra set of petals on here. We have to go a little bit further out. We're going to warm it up a little bit. Got to keep these flowers warm. So this is warming it back up. We're not trying to melt it. We're just keeping it warm. We're going to bring in the filter so you guys can see what happens. Look at that. And if you ever want to screenshot something, this is it right here. Side view. Screenshot that. Little didymium filter on there. Hot shot, ready to go. All right, let's bring out the light. And again, here is part of the reveal. Man, it already looks good. We're going one more row, though. This one deserves it. Ready? See, that's the unexpected color change right there. Now watch from behind. This is considered color shifting glass. Color changing. Yeah, this is a bomb color. And the thing is, when this color was made, it wasn't made by North Star Glass. North Star bought a company called Troutman Art Glass, or Troutman Glass, who was, oddly enough, the original owner and creator of North Star Glass. He sold North Star Glass and 10 years later formed Troutman Art Glass. I don't understand all that, but whatever. Anyway, he made this first batch, and it wasn't perfect. It was good, but he said it was a little too rich. And I was like, yeah, I definitely want it. And then he never repeated it. Because technically this is supposed to have a little bit of blue to it, like lightning blue, kind of like the amber purple. But it goes mostly turquoise green. So that's why I was saying today, when I found this color, I was super stoked and excited. It was hiding in a little cellophane wrapper. That's why I didn't even know it existed. So I use saran wrap for my glass colors, for my colored glass. And then I just label the saran wrap. It keeps all the glass tight, and when you go to pull it out of cubby holes or somewhere, you don't have to worry about it falling out. So that's a little pro tip for any glass people out there that are trying to figure out how to store color at times. Saran wrap. It's cheap, easy to find, and pretty easy to use unless you got big ass fingers like me. Then it can complicate things a little. You got these like meat sausage fingers, and that sucks. All right. And here we go. Do I know the formula for this? No. No, they didn't even know what the formula. He made this original batch and something was off. And it came out ultra dense and super rich. And that's when he called me. He knew I liked odd colors, like one-offs. So he called me and gave me first choice on some. Because back in the day, I would buy the whole 35 pounds, but I'm not in that position anymore. I would never use that much. Okay, let's add the little side extensions on here. I'm actually going to do this out of amber purple on the sides. And we got a little amber. No, I'm not going to use that. We'll use this one. No, I don't want to use amber purple. That'll mess it up. I'm going to use clear. Excuse me. I'm getting the hiccups again. All right, and then I'm going to bring this in and, like I said, lock it to the stem. Ooh, don't bend on me. What's up, Pammy? How are you? Death Tools, how you doing? Kathy, how are you? And last one here, a little extension to bring it down and lock it in. I'm tempted to make, I'm not going to make the second one right away, but I'm tempted to make a second version of this and then do the borax on it. I don't want to mess with this one. Okay. I really don't want to mess with this one. It's literally perfect, but I want to see what it can do. There's my filter. So this is how I see the world versus that. All right, let's bring it down to the side view so I can show this magnificent color off. What's up, Brian? Yeah, this is amazing. Ready? So we're going to go the underside first. Ready? So that's what it looks like from behind. So this is a backlight. Okay, pretty, right? And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bam. That is Epic Color 101. Yeah, that is a gorgeous freaking color. Okay, we're going to pop that in the kiln. Your job was neon? That's a cool job. I tried neon once just for fun. I sucked at it. I was terrible, terrible at neon. Because I'm used to melting the glass so hot, running like 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit. Neon doesn't need anywhere near that. None whatsoever. All right, so this next color that we're going to do, we're actually going to go full bore epic on it. We're going to use a cobalt stem. Let me make sure it's long enough. Yep. We're going to do it on a cobalt stem. And then I'm going to describe what I did. Papa, if you keep spamming, you're going to go. Okay? We don't have any politics or religion in my chat. What's up, Lee? James, how are you? From Corning. Corning's a cool place, apparently. I've not been there. I definitely have to go on my bucket list. Okay, so this next flower that I did, I prepped color earlier today. I put amber purple over cobalt. So I had all these little short amber purple rods, and I decided let's try some amber purple over cobalt. So I prepped it all way ahead of time. We're just going to get right into the flower. And here we are. So it looks very dark right now. Doesn't look like much of anything, but there we go. So that is amber purple over cobalt. I have no idea what the hell it's going to do throughout the flower, but we're going to give it a shot. And here we go. Yeah, this is an amazing color. I'm hoping. I actually don't know what it's going to do. Not on a flower. I have not done a flower in this combo before. I've made stringers out of this and done some pretty cool stuff with it, like a very, very thin rod on what's called inside out work. But I've never made a flower out of it. So I'm kind of excited. Let's see what happens. Let's go all Spartacus on it. Have a Spartacus moment. All right, let's start flattening things out. Squishy. Gonna make the taco. Let's have a little movie trivia for a moment. Who could name the famous actor that created the phrase buttered sausage? Anybody want to know who's famous for buttered sausage? Okay, this is the taco, because it looks like a taco. See? Oh my God. Wow. Woo, we may have a winner. Nope, not Tom Hanks. This is a hard one. I know people are Googling it right now. This is a tough one. Do I have any videos getting started on? Oddly enough, I am in the process of making a video. I just talked to Stephanie, and we decided she's going to help me produce a video on how to get started and go from there. Nope, not Jimmy Dean. It's actually a pretty wild meme out there. The actor that made buttered sausage famous, Nick Nolte's close. Gary Busey. Gary Busey. There we go. So about every third or fourth petal, I'm going to show you the progress of where we're at. I really hope I made enough of this. I think this might be a repeatable version, though. And then one more petal. Good stumper. It was a good stumper. Actually, one of the best movies of Gary Busey's career is the Buddy Holly story. He actually did all the singing for it. For real. That's why I kind of like it. Probably his best movie ever. Okay, we're going to bring it out. But yeah, Gary Busey said buttered sausage. Actually, Gary Busey's pretty funny to follow on Instagram. If you guys are, or TikTok too. If you guys want to have some fun, follow Gary Busey. He's really funny. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. Ooh. Look at that. So that is amber purple over cobalt. And there is not much amber purple on there, honestly. All right, here's the skinnier version of this. I did prep it in the kiln because I didn't want the shattering on me from sitting out too long. So yeah, I used a 12 millimeter, 12 millimeter cobalt rod and about a 6 millimeter amber purple and striped all the way around it one time. And then pulled it down into these thinner rods so I could use them for a flower. I'll show you, after I get the 6th petal on here, I'll show you. You know what this is doing? Oh my God, it's actually looking like a flower petal. It's creating these little lines in it. This is a happy little accident. That I'm channeling Bob Ross right now. Okay, here we go. Okay. There we are. Ooh, that drooped fast. That was a pretty fast one for cobalt. Cobalt's a stiff color. It doesn't move as freely as a lot of other colors. What's up, Ron Todd? How are you? What's up, Kimberly? How are you? Emmanuel, what's up? Am I concerned with destroying novel habitat of penguins? What the heck are you talking about? What do I have to do with a penguin? That's like asking me if I want a 9-volt battery, a Earth, Wind, and Fire CD, and some whipped cream. Makes no sense. Here we go. And we're blending it in. Namira, I'm doing good. Jack Nicholson? No. I don't smoke cigars. I don't smoke cigars. All right, here we go. So a little quick reveal again. We got the, oh my God. Ooh. And this is what the rod looks like. You can see it kind of doing its thing up here. It's a little harder to hold right now because it's hot as hell. So one of the things that is a drawback in this business is, see that right about where the rod is at my flame, the 2 points are meeting, the clear and the color. Visually, you can't identify it, but there is a lot of heat coming off there. It's still about 1,000 degrees. And if you grab it, you're going to burn. But visually, you can't see it at all. And that is one of the little factors that as you start learning this, you got to learn to keep things organized on your bench in a certain way so you don't ever grab a hot rod. So when I set things down, it's always hot end away from me, tilted up. And that way I know exactly which one I just used. Now that's for me. Doesn't mean you have to follow my protocol for it, but you should create a protocol for how you use your rods. Yeah, it's really hot. I've grabbed hot glass like that before, and it sucked. Yeah, it is a little bit of Monet, isn't it, Beo? I agree with you. We definitely have enough of it. And the next rod that I created is much thicker, so we can go much bigger petals on the outside. All right, one more petal. Yeah, this one, we're going to go a little big on it. We're going to leave the cobalt stem on here, so it's definitely going to be a oddball. An anomaly, not an oddball. We'll call it an anomaly. Yeah, we're going to go a little bigger on this one. This is, again, going to be one of those that we go a little larger on, just because we have enough of the color to do it. And it is pretty cool. Oh yeah, you can absolutely mix your own colors. That's the best way to make and save money. Look at that. And that is just amber purple over cobalt. That is probably 1/4 amber purple, the rest cobalt glass. So this would stretch the color out a long way. Amber purple also looks absolutely amazing for on top of white. If you prepaid, would you do a fox head for me, but to buy? It's 2 months out for a fox head, but it depends, how big it would be. You got to message me at thefieryguy.com. I don't quote any prices while on live because too many details to try and iron out. And not everybody needs to listen to the transaction. Because while they might seem semi-interested in it, honestly, nobody else would care except you or I. So. And here we go. But yeah, I would be open to doing a fox head for sure. We could do a full fox too. I know I can make a fox. Gotta remember the name of the color. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in my recipe book. So I keep a recipe book, and it's a binder probably like that thick now. But when I come across a cool color combo and what I like about it, I take a picture of it, write the recipe down for it, and put the picture next to the recipe for it, and then I always know what it looks like and if I need that color, how to make it. And if you're a glass blower, I highly recommend you keep a recipe book for colors. It's, you know, it's not hard. I mean, just got to take a minute, write it down. And now with digital, you know, you can do everything digital. You can keep it in Dropbox or something. Upload a photo, put your recipe in there, and bada bing. All good. Run a pen similar to Kevin's? Which one, Kimmy? Hey, what's up, L to the B? How you doing today? We're squishing it down. What's up, Mike? The one with wings? Yeah. So that, you're like the second or third person that wants that one. I'm already in the process of beginning to want to, or not want to, I'll be making one soon. So if you're interested, message us at thefieryguy.com and Stephanie can get it. I don't know how much it is, but she can get you set up with it. And then we can do, I think Deb is the one also has the wings. And we can just make both of them together. All right, let's preheat this a little. All right, we're going to bring it down to the side view so you guys can see it. We're going to grab the bigger rod after this too. All right, I love these reveals. I think these are part of the fun. I love reveals. Ready? Let's get right up. See how it looks? Isn't that just beautiful? See what it looks like from the back end. It still does the same thing. I like that better for sure. That's definitely better. Definitely a better version of that. All right, let's warm this up again. We're going to grab the last bit of color. This actually took a lot more color than I thought, though. I used a pretty big chunk of cobalt. I would say for the cobalt, I probably used about that much of it from top to bottom, and then coated it with amber purple. So it's a pretty sizable amount. Yeah, this is beautiful jewel tone. Yeah, that's going to be a hard thing to go find, but if you're serious about repair, depending on where you live, you could always, there's a guy on TikTok, his name is Ferry Glass, Ferri, Ferry Glass, Ferri, Ferry Glass, and he could probably do the repair. He's got a lathe and everything ready to go for it. He's pricey a little bit, but he's pricey for a reason because he's freaking awesome. He's a friend of mine. There we go. But yeah, give him a shout on TikTok, and see if he'll do it. Money's no problem. Yeah, I got you. It's not a money issue that I'm talking Op Fox or OPP Fox. It's just a time issue. You know, I have a lot of people wanting custom orders, and I like customs, but I have to fit them in between normal production, and there are people waiting for other items. Like, I know Bayo on YouTube is really wanting a hippo at a cobalt blue. which will be a cool project. But before I do a hippo out of cobalt, I'm going to have to make it out of clear. And then Red Squeak is next on the really super custom with a memorial. I have it written down, but if I remember right, it's the Morning Glory flower. All right, this flower is getting big. This is not your average flower. I have enough to do 3 more petals, and then this guy will be done. I'm excited for this one, to be honest. I'm actually pretty super excited about this one. Taking a look at it. What's up, creative? There's another awesome creator on TikTok. Give Creative Release Gifts a follow. Go check out some awesome artwork. All right, let's go side view. This thing is just getting massive. Ooh, it actually looks pretty without a light on it too. It's kind of in that hidden zone, but look at that. That almost doesn't look real like glass. I mean, it doesn't even kind of look like glass anymore. It's just going bananas. That is an insane color combo. Yeah, that's an insane color combo. It's getting heavy though. I don't want to go any bigger other than these next 3 petals, because then it kind of, the stem gets way too skinny looking for the flower. Got to kind of keep things in proportion too. Okay, here we go. We're going to tuck it in. Oh, right there. So while I look calm as hell doing this, I can tell you I'm a little nervous. Sometimes as you're doing this stuff and you're working with a new color like this, or doing things that you haven't done before, especially on live stream, the fear factor goes up a little bit, because I don't know if it'll crack or what'll happen in the process. So there's a little anxiety going in me right now. And right there. Damn it. Lost my place. Oh, I see a spot you need to go. If I start chewing my gum like mad, you'll know I'm really nervous. I'm trying to avoid doing that on camera anymore, though. All right, I'm hoping we just have 1 more to go. We might have 2, though. I got enough to do 2 petals. If we need an extra one after this one, I have enough. I definitely have some to do that with. Okay, you gotta go right in between there. Yeah, right in there. Definitely needs a flower petal. All right, one more to go. Man, this has gotten heavy too. It is a little heavy. I would say this is getting into maybe the half-pound range, which for a flower is heavy. Or for my European folks, about 223 grams. All right, let me do the little extensions on there. Ooh. Can't do that at a clear. All right, we're going to have to elongate this real quick. We're going to engage the cheat code here. So if you ever get stuck and you're a glass blower and you get stuck having to make a little stringer, just attach it to something. Burn that off there. And I don't want this little chunky monkey up here. There we go. All right, so this little part that I'm putting on right now is just to seal the flower head to the stem itself. And then I will show you the most epic reveal I've done in a while. There we go. Yeah, it definitely needed this. All right, let's warm it up. Whew. And it ain't over till it's in the kiln. Then it's still not over. So the filter I use is called didymium glass, like this. And what this particular glass does is it filters out a lot of that light spectrum like that. So you don't see a lot of that bright flame versus that. All right, we're going to go to the side view while I'm doing this, and then I'm going to show you the end result. We are doing the reveal. If you've stuck around this long, now's the time to check out the reward here. We're going to bring it over, let it cool off, and 3, 2, 1. And we just got those colors looking beautiful. There we are. Yeah, that is absolutely stunning. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. Very, very happy. All right, so we're going to do another one of these. This is the Mega Mai Tai I did just a little while ago. The first one we did. Side view. There we go. But the next one we're going to do, we're going to add in the borax. So we're going to try and change the coloring up a little. This one is definitely a color changing. You can see from there. Now it goes to amber. So this is what it looks like backlit. I almost said batlit. And then there it is on top view with a light. Look how red my hand's getting. Can you see that? That's the radiation, or the radiating heat from the flowers caused that. Okay, let's do the Mega Mai Tai one. I got enough to do one more for sure. And we're going to do the borax on it. I'm going to see if it changes. Thank you, L to the B. You wish you could blow glass? I bet you could. Everybody's pretty capable of doing that. Wife says she wants to see me make a hummingbird. Oh, okay. I have a hummingbird I need to make. So we'll do the Mega Mai Tai in just a minute. Let's give it a break then. I do have a hummingbird on the orders I need to get done. So let me do that. You know, we'll make the hummingbird out of Mega Mai Tai. I got enough. Yeah, we're going to do the humming. No, it's not on order. I got to do the color I need. I want to do it out of Mega Mai Tai, but that's not what the customer ordered. All right, let me look at my orders. All right, we did the red one earlier today. I know I got another one up here. Oh, okay. You know what? We have a hummingbird and flower on order in amber purple. So we do get to use a little Mega Mai Tai. So we're going to make the bird out of amber purple. And then we're going to make the flower. So it's a full sculpture. God, I don't have one here, do I? No. I thought I had one hanging. I don't. We just re-inventoried the grab bags. So we have more grab bags dropping soon. Okay, let's make a hummingbird real quick. And we're going to drop it down. Oh, crap. Well, I'm on the side view. I'm sorry. If you're one of my mods and you see me leaving it on the side view for too long, just let me know. Just text me. Yeah, mystery box, grab bag. I always call it a grab bag. Dyslexic. Yeah, this is going to be a beautiful color combo because we're going to do the hummingbird out of the amber purple. The flower, we're going to mix in some white, Mega Mai Tai, and then the really liquid metal shimmer glass. And that's going to be, for the flower, that's going to be an incredible combo. Oh, you don't? Groves, I got, if you, Dragonfly can share it with you. Dragonfly or Red Squeak will share you that. You should have it. Okay, let's get this all melted in. So we're going to roll this into the white frit, F-R-I-T, frit, F-R-I-T. It's called frit. And I always have to spell it because I was on a live stream and someone thought I said a different word. So now I have to start it with, F-R-I-T. All right, so we rolled it into the white glass powder, or chunks frit. And this is what it looks like before we get started on it. It very much looks like rock candy. Now we're going to melt everything in there. But that's how I kind of get some color in there. I like this version because it still allows the clear to have some transparency. And man, you are just moving too far out of the way there. It still allows for some transparency of some clear in there, but not fully engulfed. I like having a little bit of clear always involved with the glass if possible. All right, so we're going to pull what I call a template for my hummingbird tail. This is, again, just kind of a directional template to tell me which direction the tail needs to go so I don't get a little confused on it. Even after hundreds of thousands, you can get a little bit off center. And it just gives me a little starting point. Think of like a coloring book. You want to color in between the lines. So that's what we're doing. So that's my little my guideline right there. Boy, I'm going to have to dig up some amber purple around here. I know I have some here. Nope, you are not amber purple. You are amber purple. We're going to flip you around this way. So this is another one of those magical colors. It's very transparent, but as it starts to heat and cool, it morphs into an entirely different color. Ooh, 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 ooh. Not now. Not going to let that happen. And there we go. So I do like showing the progress of how things take place. So there's that color. It's very clear. We're going to morph the tail into a little bit of a transparent color right now, or a darker color. I'm going to show you what this amber purple looks like and how it reacts to the flame. So you got to let it cool and then reheat it. And you'll see it got a little bit darker there. Now my general rule of thumb is about 10 seconds to let it cool. So I do a 10-second count at least. And then we come back into the flame. Then we're going to reheat it. It goes a little bit darker yet again. And there we go. So we're going to wait a few seconds here. Big Foz, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate that. And one more time. We've got enough seconds in there. And you just skim the flame. You don't want to remelt it. You just kind of want to heat it back up. Yeah. All right. So now you can see that amber color to it, but this is the magic behind it when it does that. That's why it's called, oh, come on. There we go. Then from the back, it's amber and purple. All right, let's finish this. Let's finish this one up. Let's get it. You'd think with all these damn rods up here, I'd have one good holding rod available. Oh, I do have a little amber there. That's okay. So this hummingbird is going to get attached to a kind of like a artistic creative design of a flower. It's not a particular flower. It's just an artistic interpretation of a flower. I don't really have any specific flower in mind when I make it. I still want to do a Venus flytrap. It's bugging the hell out of me. I really want to make a Venus flytrap with green and amber purple. Okay. This hook has to be a lot more durable than the normal hummingbird hook because of the amount of weight that it's going to hold. Okay, this is going to hold twice the weight, if not more. So you got to make it a little thicker and make sure you lock it in place. And then we're going to round it out, make sure it's really good to go. There we go. So now we got a nice little hook that it'll hang by. We're going to cover it all up with wings. I really hope I got a thick amber purple rod here. Handy, come on. I do. That should be enough. So we're going to start with the wings. I love freehanding the wings. I don't use any mechanical tools for it. I love the freehand version. It's a skill I think everybody should pick up if they're doing this job. It's very, very helpful. Teaches you a lot. And if you can make this type of wing, you can do any type of wing you want. Angel wing, dragon wing, butterfly wing, which I'm still working on, but yeah, you can definitely do anything you want. Eagle wing too. Eagle wings are pretty difficult to get down. There we go. And then we're going to fuse it in. And again, this color will come into play. Yeah, we could do fairy wings, harpy wings, anything. Once you learn this technique, you can pretty much morph it into anything you want. Oh, I wouldn't do a Praya Mantis. If you want to see a Praya Mantis, go follow Raphael Glass. Raphael makes a lot of bugs and insects, and honestly, he's really good. He does a much better job than I probably could do in a while. Definitely worth a follow. His name is Raphael Glass. Raphael Glass. Definitely one of the best I've seen at it. Oh, this is getting short. Okay, we're going to actually have to kick it down a flame. Getting a wee bit short there. A little bit long. There we go. I'm just going to slap the beak on here real quick and the eyeballs, and I'll show it to you guys. This is getting hot. I want to get rid of it. All right, let's pop the eyeballs on. And then we're going to put this in the kiln, and we're going to make the flower. The flower is a lot of fun. Two reasons I like the flower. One, you can get very creative with the colors. And two, I like showing that you can use everyday tools like needle nose pliers from the hardware store to do a lot of cool stuff with glass blowing. You don't need all these super expensive stuff all the time. Okay, so there we got the bird. I'm going to show you the amber purple before it actually goes amber. You're going to kind of see it go a little blue in the clear spots up here. Watch. Has that little bit of a blue tint to it. Now it's going to go super dark and amber purple like that, but I like showing that too. I've made a few glass rings. I won't make them anymore. They scare the hell out of me. I don't want someone getting hurt from it. I do a good job on them. They are breakable. And I don't want someone cutting their finger, especially their fingers. That would, if someone got hurt due to my glass work like that, I'd be a little upset. I wouldn't be happy. All right, little caffeine there. So we're going to make the flower. I don't know if I should do this up close. Let's pop it in. We're going to bring it back just a little bit, right? Nope, too far. I want you guys to get a little bit of a view right there. All right, so we're going to make the flower for that hummingbird now. We're going to use amber purple, or no, we're going to actually use Mega Mai Tai white and the shimmer. Now I just have to find the shimmer. I had it here. I know I did. I buried it though, I think. Let me find it. Maybe I did put it away. Huh. That would be a first. Oh, we're going to throw some of this green in there too. All right, let me grab some colors. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to grab some color real quick. I don't have everything I need. Luckily, the microphone still works, so I can chat with you guys while I'm kind of just doing my thing over here. Oh, perfect. And shimmer, amber purple, and white. There we go. Okay, this is going to be an epic flower. And we have the perfect camera view, so we are good. All right, so the main tool for this is just an ordinary pair of needle nose pliers. It is a very, very cool thing to have for this. project. You don't need super expensive tools for that part. Trying to find a little stubby rod here. Uh-oh. Nope, 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 nope. Don't get lost. I thought I had one handy. No, it's going to be too short. All right. Just going to have to use this guy. So let's get the color started and go from here. So we're going to add on the white. First thing. I'm just going to kind of squiggle this down. Almost looks like my self-portrait. Yeah, it almost looks like my self-portrait. I'm sorry, Bayo. Or who said that? Oh, Chris. Of course we will. All right, so we're cracking. Doesn't matter on here, though. I'll show you a little bit of a thing that happens, and if you are a glassblower and you get this happening, don't panic. It's nothing to panic about. We're going to use the side view. It's going to crack even more. So you can see the cracks happening right there, that big shatter. Nothing to worry about because we're going to be remelting it all together again anyway. Oh, hear it going? A little shattering. Dink, dink. Oh, it just went a little higher. And back up. So we're going to add the shimmer color in here. This is going to be a flower for a hummingbird. So the hummingbird has a little hook on it. It's a hanging ornament, yard art if you want. I like it out in the yard. I think it looks really cool. We just completed the hummingbird, but we're going to make the flower for it right now. And then we're going to pop it together. Okay, yeah, man, this thing is definitely shattering. I got to weld it together a little bit. All right. Yeah, this is going to be the flower. So there's the shimmer color, and we got the white going. And we're going to bring it in, and you're going to see kind of that shimmery going on right there with the white. So now we're going to do the main focus. We're going to focus on the main part of the colors here, which is the amber purple portion of it. We're going to add in, you know what? We got a whole bunch of this stuff. We got a little bit of this blue in here. I'm going epic on this. We're going all in. Hang with me, peeps. Hang with me, people. We're going all in. I told you it's not good to be in my brain, because this is what happens. I suddenly get an idea instantaneously. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it. We're going to meld that in. Okay, we're good on that. I got a little bit more of it right here. Where did I put the other one down? There we go. Yeah, this is going to definitely be a monster color changer. Crazy color combo. And you guys get to see it done in real time. Okay, we're going to burn that off. I'm going to show you, as we kind of progress through this, I'm going to show you what we're doing and how we get to it. It slows me way the heck down, but I think the visual for the audience is way better. So now we got some of that ambery purple shimmer right there, some white. We're kind of getting some colors bouncing around. All right, now we need to do the Mega Mai Tai. We're going to have to go a little heavy on this one. We're going to go over the white mostly. So I kind of want to cover that area up and have the white kind of transfer through very slightly. This customer should be very happy when they get their hummingbird with flower. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, we're going to finish that one off. Add the amber purple on the other side. Well, Mega Mai Tai. Here we go. We're going all the way around. And it's kind of like drawing at this point. It's not anything super difficult. We are going to go a little amber on the top too. I should probably get it all the way up here. So we're going to kind of two-tone it as well. A bit there. Pop it over here. Because I want a little bit of green on the bottom for the vine. So we got a little bit of this shimmer green right here. We're going to take that and just put a little bit on the bottom. What will be essentially the vine. I have to bring it all the way around like that. Lower the flame just 1 second. Okay. All right, so we got all the chaos built on here. It doesn't look like much of anything when we start off. Okay, this is kind of the trick to it. You want to have just a massive amount of color, and then we're going to start incorporating all the different patterns to it. What's up, Wandering Brian? Thank you so much. So we got a whole bunch of colors running through. Green on the bottom. Lots of the amber purpley Mega Mai Tai up at the top. Doesn't look like a whole lot. Remember, we got white underneath there, all kinds of stuff. So next step is we're going to attach a holding rod to the end here, kind of bunch it up a little bit. So yeah, we just have to bunch it up a little. In between that process, we're going to twist it a little. Okay, so we're kind of pushing it together a little bit. Like that. And then the bottom section where the vine is, we're going to actually thin it out a tiny bit. Going to melt everything together and just kind of thin it out. I like this portion. All right, we're almost there. Okay. So next step is we're going to use a clear rod and kind of finger paint a little bit down it. And then we're going to start going right into the flower right after that. We're just going to go from finger paint to hot shot right off. I do have some clear here. Okay. So I'm going to show you what finger painting does, and we'll go from there. So right now you see everything kind of coiled around. See how it's all spiraled in one direction, kind of like tornadoed down. We're going to change that up by the technique I kind of aptly named finger painting. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You just take all these colors and you blend them together by finger painting them. Creating an odd pattern, some little happy swirls in there. And we're going to go all the way around. I'll show you after we complete this portion of it what the difference is. If you saw the last one just now, you'll know exactly what it looked like. And then we're going to change it all up. Now, what I like about this particular pattern and using these colors in this method, the core rod is still clear. So when I go to make this flower, the inside is still going to be clear. So all these colors that are on the outside are going to be showing up on the inside of the flower, just in a different perspective. There'll still be a core base of clear to it. It's just going to look totally different. So we essentially will get probably 2 or 3 different versions of color throughout it. There we go. So we're all done. We're going to bring it back out. And now you can see all those colors are now swirled all over the place. We've got micro little swirls running all over. Like that. Oh, it's focusing on my hand, which I think is cool. Okay, let's pop this thing, and we're going to go to a larger view here. Because we got to flatten it. So this is where we're going right into the flower. Got to move this guy definitely out of the way. Move you there. And let's get rid of that rose before I shatter that. So we got to build up enough core heat. Actually, I'll come close for just a minute while I'm heating it up. So this is the filter. It's a much better view this way. Now you can see essentially how effective that filter is at filtering out the blinding light. And that's what I use in my glasses. Borovision. Pop it back out. Okay, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring it over. Give it a little smoosh. Like that. Almost looks like a mushroom. Nope, stay there. All right, we're going to pop it back in. There. So now you can see we kind of have that little mushroomy look right there. I'm trying to keep it in the frame. We'll come over to the side cam. Show you what we're looking at. So now we got all those colors kind of bouncing through. Remember I told you it was going to be kind of weird, cool looking in a way? So we're getting there. All right. So got the needle nose pliers handy. I got to flatten it just a wee bit more. Let's get this white out of the way. Pop that up there. Okay. All right, now we're all flat. So we wanted a flat surface, not completely bowed like that. All right, let's go. I may have to dip these in the water halfway through. This is going to get pretty hot. Yep, getting hot. Don't want to get it to the point where they stick. All right, so we're going to have to go around it twice. What's up, Charlie? So now you can see we kind of flattened it out a little. Could put some impressions in there like that. Now we're going to go around again in all those chunkier spots and re-flatten it again. Except this time we're going to bend upwards. Pull my pliers off. There we go. All right, we're all good. Last side view for a moment. So we can see you got a little bit of a curvature to it. Man, that's hot. Got some colors bouncing in. Time to make it into a flower. So you just have to grip it and rip it. Bring it down. Like that. I'm going to pop it on the side view just temporarily so you can kind of see it. It's stuck on the floor there, but you can see we got a little bit of that flower going on. Just to give you a small view of it. Okay, now we got to do the vine. So this is what I call the taffy pull. We're going to bring it out. It very much reminds me of pulling saltwater taffy or candy in general. Off to the side, fold it that way. Fold it that way. And one more to the back. And here we go. Get it nice and molten. Bring it out. Like that. So now we have a little bit flour to it. Come over to the side again. And you'll see a little bit of a color variation in there. It's definitely going to go super amber purple soon. You can see from that back end. And we're going to attach a little holding rod to the bottom. And then we just stick a hummingbird on there. Okay. Then we're just going to pop the hummingbird on, and it's all good. I love the design, but this is why I was saying that hummingbird has to have a incredibly strong hook to hold this weight. Oops. Now, when you go to fuse this stuff together, you definitely have to get both ends ooey gooey. And I mean ooey gooey. And the trick is to push it in and pull it back. Make sure it's all centered. There we go. Then once it's locked in place, give it a second. And we're going to wiggle this end off just by, oops. There we go. I was almost worried there for a second. So all the colors are not popping out right now. They will come out later, but right now that is the essential version of it. I'm going to bring it out. The hummingbird will be in its amber purple state. It'll be a beautiful color when it's all done. But we need to get it in the kiln so it can do its thing. I'm actually going to park it way back there. All right, let's grab this, and I don't want to throw this away. So we're going to grab it and try and turn it into maybe a marble after the next flower. We'll do maybe a marble after this. Oop, there you go. Go ahead and crack. I dare you. Double dog dare you to crack. So this is going to be one of those kind of end of the day funky marbles when we get to it. Right now I want to get the Mega Mai Tai flower done, and then we'll probably roll right into a marble. I know, Crackalacka. What's up, Lori? How are you doing? Creative, thank you. Hello, Leslie. Yeah, so we're going to just kind of melt this in for a second. I want to get all this color off this rod. And all clean. So this one's now clean. No issues. Got a little glass rod with a hat on it. We're going to put that in the kiln and let it sit so we can come back to it. Okay. Just got to give it a second. It's got to take a minute to cool. Otherwise, it'll stick to my kiln. I don't want that. There we go. Okay, so the next flower we're doing is, again, the Mega Mai Tai. We're going to roll right into it. And this time we are going to use the borax soap on it. I hate saying laundry soap, but it is what it is. Man, I am running out of room up here again. Crap. I'm almost all out of room. There, it'll fit there. Stephanie's favorite color? You can ask her. Send her a message. If she feels like, I don't know if I want to go down that path and reveal something she doesn't want revealed. I don't know if I want to go down that way. All right, we're going to pop this out a little bit. There. Little Mountain Dew, and off to the flower. Oh, man, it's hot. All right, so we're doing the Mega Mai Tai flower. Let's get it. Actually, you know what? Is this thick enough? No, we're going to do it out of clear. I don't really want to wreck that color. With a stem of a different color. I think it needs to stay clear. Okay, so we're going to start building it up now. So for those of you just joining, we are using it's an old color. I happened to find it when I was cleaning out some of my glass stash that's all over I got glass everywhere. I forgot I had this, and it's not too much of it, but it's a color called Mega Mai Tai. And it's from an original batch, not the final version. So it was kind of like a prototype version. And it's pretty amazing. So we're going to be making a flower out of that. And then we're going to use borax laundry soap. Borax, it contains mostly boron, which is one of the main sources of materials in the glass that I use. So this is called borosilicate. And the common brand of borosilicate glass is Pyrex. A lot of people mistakenly think Pyrex is a type of glass. And understandably, I could see how that happens. But Pyrex is a brand, not a type. But the main component, one of the main components for borosilicate is boron. So we use that to the laundry soap to kind of change the chemical makeup a little bit of the glass. And it adds a lot of interesting characteristics to the colors. So this is the taco the taco leaf. This is the very first one I do. So there we are. You can even see the color starting to pop out already. See that? But it looks like a taco. That's why I always call it the taco. That way, if I decide that I'm going to teach people ever again, or off and on, if I say make a taco, you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. All right, let's get to making some petals. But I am looking at maybe doing some kind of like group lessons for glass. It'll definitely be under like the school app or Patreon or something like that. I think I'm probably going to use school, but like do an entire group lesson of how to do the petals. Even though you're watching it being done, there are some things that have to go into it that just takes a while to try and explain as to what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. That I would have time to be able to just spend on making one flower, explaining the process, why I do things a certain way, and it'd make a lot more sense. Okay, we're going to add on this petal. So about every third or fourth petal, I'm going to show you the progress. I like creating how it's made, not how to make it, videos and live streams. Flower taco. Exactly, Bale. That's what I'm saying. It would be a small taco. But I don't need, I need small tacos. I shouldn't have a big taco. I need to eat tiny. All right, so we can see some of those colors popping in here. This is that beautiful Mega Mai Tai we got going. Going to bring it down. Let's rock this thing. Let's rock it. Oh, this will be interesting. Hold on one second. I want to show the glass people in here something real quick. Give me 1 second. So I'm always referring to color as odds. This would be considered an odd color because of the diameter here. So it's a lot thicker right here. As I start bringing it down, you're going to see it get thinner, 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 thinner. And by the time I get down here, it's about 2 millimeters thinner. So if you look at it through that diameter versus that one, you can kind of see it's a little thinner at one end, gets skinnier. So when I talk about odds, that's what I'm talking about right there. Nothing wrong with the color at all. It's perfectly, in fact, that's even better because I know this is super dense in the colors. But yeah, is it worth buying a knuckle? Ugh. I don't know about that one, Groves. Those are a lot harder to pull down. If you're going to drill mix it, maybe. I would buy a knuckle to drill mix it into a solid color. Like that. That's me personally. But as far as buying it to anything else, I don't know if I'd go that route. Yeah, it definitely tapers down. That's the thing about odds. They're odd shaped. The color is still first run, perfect versions of it. But I would argue, while it's a perfect color, it does have kind of like a rich, dense property to it. Because the odds are usually pulled from the bottom of the crucible when they're making the color. Everything sinks. A lot of the heavy metals, especially. And then when you get down to the bottom of the crucible, it's not pulling as even. And the next part that's really good about it is most of the metals have sunk to the bottom. So when they're pulling that, you have the richest color of it. Like the best version. And to be honest, I like odds. I keep them around, especially if I get really skinny version or a big old chunk of it. I kind of just keep it around in case I need that. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals on here. You are more than welcome to buy the jellyfish. Look at that color coming in. Again, it's not looking very flowerish right now. It kind of looks like, I don't know, kind of like the Celtic, not even close on that. We'll zoom out just a little bit further. There. Actually, that's too far. I can't. I'm going to have to zoom back in. You guys can't see what's going on. There. Now you can see. Going to bring it in. We'll change the view a little bit here and there. Got back in the 70s and 80s, doing this in front of everybody would be so taboo. Glassblowers would be having a heart attack. How dare you give away the secrets? There were so many gatekeepers back then. All right, if I were a petal, okay, you're the last one I put on. Oh, there's a gap. Gonna meld this one in. It's looking really good too. I'm really curious to see what borax does to it though. Fieryguy.com. Thefieryguy.com. Thefieryguy.com. Sorry, just like my name right above me. Just do that and add a .com. And let's go. Another petal. Petal to the metal. There we go. Don't you do it. Man, this color's getting squirrely. It's definitely got a fun characteristic to it. All right, we're just warming it up for a second. So we're just kind of keeping it warm for a second. We're going to get right back at it. All right, here we go. Again, this flower is probably going to be on the little bit on the larger size. We're going to go a little bigger than normal. Just because the color is so damn epic, it deserves it. We are looking good. You want to buy the flower if possible. Yes, message thefieryguy.com. And you have to message in your email. Please describe the Mega Mai Tai flower. Mega Mai Tai flower. If you don't put that in the description, Stephanie will not know what you're talking about. And she's going to come running to me going, hey, what are they talking about? And luckily, it'll make it before Valentine's Day. You know what's nice about this, though? They also work for Mother's Day. So hint, if you still have your mother, make sure you buy something. Not from me, necessarily, just get your mom some. What are the colors? This is Mega Mai Tai, first run of it ever. Like the very, very first batch that was ever made of it. And it came out a little denser than every other batch. So I was lucky to get some of it. And it's just a fantastic version. But I only had like 5 rods left, so we decided to make a couple flowers out of it. These really are pretty special in the fact that when these are done, they're done. If someone asked me for 100 of them, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's just the way it is. All right, so we're going to bring it in and do a small review here, or reveal. Review. You can review it if you want. All right, here's the amber version. Look at that. Ooh, she's pretty, right? Little greenish hue. Now watch. 3, 2, 1. Isn't that just a trip? I told you. It is Beautiful. All right, now we got to go to the wider portion. We got to use the back end of this Mega Mai Tai of this one. Got to go to the thicker rod. Yeah, this is a gorgeous color. Mega Mai Tai by itself is really good. The new version is really fantastic. But this one, the first batch, just had some magical property to it. But I don't want to sit here and hold 5 glass rods for 10 years. I'd rather use it up, turn it into something beautiful, and move on. So that's what I decided to do. We already made one with it, but this one is going to get the borax soap treatment. So borax laundry soap will help change the color a little bit, hopefully on this one. I know in the fuming it does. But hopefully it changes the color just a little bit to make it look different than the other one. We're going to compare the two after I get done. So if you want to stick around and see how it compares, definitely hang out and see what happens. There we go. Still got a few more to go. Yeah, this color is pretty amazing. Now, the other version is close to it. I mean, it's not exact, but it's pretty close. There we are. I just created a little short video on YouTube as well. If you guys want to go check it out, it would be really helpful if you could go in and like my latest short that has that talks about turning silver to gold. So we take pure silver and turn it to a golden color. I would really appreciate it if you could go through, watch it, like it. It's 15 seconds, 17 or 15 seconds. And if you'd like to leave a comment, I would greatly appreciate it as well. All right, let's bring this color out so I can preview it again. We're going to keep going until we're done. But yeah, look at that. This is the cool part, though. When you see it from that, it's just a total... It reminds me of like a Chris Angel Mind Freak moment. You know, totally different. You love that it's red first? Yeah, totally different. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everybody has a different version of this, of what they like, and that's the beauty of it. That's what I do like about color changing glass is you can manipulate the colors just by changing the lighting. That it is illuminated by. We're going to bring it out and meld this in. I can't wait to see the borax on this, though. I'm really excited for it. Super, super, super excited about it. And Bayo, you said you're going to start, you're going to be doing a little bit of glass, I think you said? That almost got away from me. My kiln is set at 1050 to 1100. I basically set it at 1100, but when I have my bead door open, it is running about 1050, 1060. Somewhere in there. So if you run a bead door on your kiln, always make sure to go up about 20 degrees higher than you think you need it while you have your bead door open. Or your guillotine door, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Yeah, next, I'll put together a little care package for you of some shorts. You're always so supportive of the channel. I'm not doing it because you give memberships. Okay, I got to make that really clear. Okay, I'm not doing it because you do that. But you've been so kind to give people memberships that I want to say thank you for giving them to people. And I'll send you a little thank you. We'll put together a little package for you of some supplies. Just a little bit to get you, get you melting some stuff. But, you've been so kind with people and giving memberships that I think kindness needs to be returned. What's up, Daisy girl? How you doing? Daisy girl's on TikTok. She's always such a pleasure on here. She's always so kind. All right, so we're going to do 3 more petals here. Going to try and expand it. I forgot to show you the last 3, so we're just going to go for the next 3, and I'm going to show you the color, and we're going to go right into the borax. I don't think this is going to take any more than the next 3. I don't think it'll handle any more. If it goes too much, it's going to turn to a pine cone. And I don't want a pine cone. All right, 2 more petals. Got your fire extinguishers? Yeah, those are always, I have like 4 of them here. There is one by each door, always. One right by my bench, and then one on the opposite side of the room. So that if someone's walking up on my studio and the door's open and they see something going, it's very visible. Okay, there we go. That's where the next winner of the petal's going to be. Squish and pull. And there we go. Come on, melt. There we go. Last petal coming up. This one's getting heavy too. These got heavy tonight. These got a little bit heavy. Ooh. Big squish. You are my huckleberry right there. And we go in 3, 2, 1, squish. And that should do it. We just got to meld that one in. Oh, that turned out perfect. Thank you. Last petal cooperated perfectly. It's like, ugh. That's always a good sign. Did you get your rose, Bentley? How do you like it? Thank you. It's beautiful. Thank you for saying that. All right, we are going to add the little extensions down in here. We are going to do this out of the amber purple so I can keep it separate. Just a little amber purple. We got Mega Mai Tai up top. They are in the same family, so it won't matter. Ooh, don't. And here we go. One more little extension down here for a simulated leaf, and then we're going to borax it. I can't wait. I am so excited. Hopefully it doesn't suck. That would totally be bad. If it sucked, man, wasting all this color to borax it, oh, I'd be so disappointed. Oh, nope, 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 nope. It detached itself there. Hold on. And I make sure all the petals are lined up perfectly. Yeah, this is beautiful. Okay, so let's preheat it. I'm going to show you what it looks like before we get started. Oh, you got the fish. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know what anybody gets in their mystery bags. I have no idea. Stephanie and I have a rule for that. One of us packs it up, and the other puts the labels on, or puts them in boxes. Okay, so let's bring it out. Oh, how about I do a side view? All right. Again, this is the bottom version, so you can see it kind of in its amber version here. Amber vision. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. Look at that. Fabulous. All right, let's get... Let's get the borax. I'm going to actually leave it on the side view because I don't want to spend the time trying to change it. All right, we got to get this stuff. Oh, man, it's making a mess. So we're adding the borax right now. Just going right into it. Oh, it's dripping all over the place. I think it's changing the color. I'm not sure. I can kind of see it. Trying to get it all the way in there. Give it a little buzz. All right, let's see what it did. I have no idea. You guys are going to see it the first time with me. Okay, you're seeing it same time as me. 3, 2, 1. A little change, not much. Not much of a change, a little bit. Look at that. Look how close we get in there. Bring it back out. Yeah, a little change. I'm going to try buzzing it one more time. I'm really tempted to throw some gold on here. I don't think I have any gold available, though. That would be a good thing if I didn't. So I probably shouldn't do that. All right, we might have got a change on that one. might have gone a little bit better on that. I think it popped out a little more blue. I think it did just a tad more blue in there. Yeah, that is the board. So what I did is I put a little extension down here in the amber purple so I know which one's which. Yeah, I think it got more blue in there. I think it did change it finally. Makes me happy. All right, we're going to pop that out. All right, we're going to dive into a marble. All right, we're jumping right into a marble. Here we go. So this is kind of that Mega Mai Tai stuff we had on there. Ever tried? Oh, do not fume copper. Ever. No copper. Bad. Copper's bad. Okay, we're going to add some color in here. I think I got a little bit of some small stuff up here. I think we should throw some Mega Mai Tai in this. In fact, we're going to. So we're going to make this marble amazing. Y'all ready? I have an idea. Fuming, yeah, it's very toxic. Extremely toxic. Yeah, fuming copper you'll fume it a few times and you'll never fume again. So please be careful with that. Silver and gold are the only two. You can do palladium and platinum, but platinum's extremely hard to melt. Yeah, platinum, you might as well have quartz. All right, let's bring it out a little. There we go. I can actually punch this in a tiny bit. Right about there. That's a good view. Yeah, platinum's really cool. It kind of creates a little bit of a purpley hue, like a purple. But it requires a massive amount of heat. Palladium's pretty good, though. Hey, John. Thank you very much, John. Have a good night, okay? Thank you for everything, John. I appreciate you. Okay, so we're going to add a big old chunk of clear here. And then we're going to pop white on top of it. And on top of the white, we're going to do the Mega Mai Tai. And then we're going to envelop the whole thing in clear again. So we're going to have a center stripe running down it. And then we're going to do the traditional marble spiral. What the hell? Throw some uranium in there too. Might as well. Throw a little uranium in there. Oh, you can buy palladium on eBay. Easy. Charlie, thank you for hanging out, man. I appreciate that. Oh, Philip, that's awesome. Yeah, let me know how you like it. All right, we're going to add a bunch of white to the end here. So we're going to kind of go in stages. I'm going to just kind of, we're going to take our time with it a little. Okay. If you're in a big rush, probably not the stream to watch. If you want to hang out, chill, listen to some torch sounds, me jabber, This would be a good stream to hang out with. All right, so we got a little bit of that chaos going in there. Right there. Look at that. I got an air bubble in here. It's pissing me off. I don't use butane. I'm going to show you a little air bubble. There's one right there. See that little sucker right there? That's the annoying one. So I'm going to show you how to pop it. I'm like the Dr. Pimple Popper of glass. So you take it, you heat it up, and you just push. Boop. And it makes a hole like that. And then you close up the hole. Dr. Lee ain't got nothing on me. Might as well swirl this all the way around now. Actually, she's pretty cool. I like her show. I think it's fun. Yep, oxygen. What's crazy about using oxygen? People use oxygen every day. We're doing a kind of a funky, cool marble. I'm just kind of jamming with it right now. We're going with a freeform vibe. I have a little bit of an idea, but I'm not 100% set on exactly what the heck this marble's going to look like. We're kind of going through it a little bit at a time. For crystal, crystal has for a long time what really made crystal glass or crystal was the lead content. Now it's pretty much outlawed everywhere. What they're using to substitute for lead, I have no idea. Okay, we got some white on there. Then we're going to pop Mega Mai Tai right on top of it. There we go. How do you like that? It's stuck. That's how you know you got to clean your bench. See, it just stuck. Set down the hot rod. Oh, well, I got it out. Might as well show you the side view of this. So this is what it looks like before we add in the Mega Mai Tai. Why was it outlawed? Well, number one, it was dangerous for people to have leaded crystal for like drinking ware. That stuff would leach through. And two, like most of the glass blowers at Waterford live to about 55. And sad part is they knew when they started that career that they would probably die of lead poisoning. Yeah, like Grove said. But they did it anyway. Okay, so we're adding this Mega Mai Tai on here. So this is a layering process. It's kind of like stacking color on top of color. Then when we go to make the marble, we'll have all these little infinite lines running through it. And we should be able to get a really cool looking spiral on top of that. So you're going to have a traditional marble spiral running through, and then just these micro lines inside the spiral. So it's kind of like a spiral in a spiral. Okay, so we got that going. I think this is going to look good before we even begin. I'm going to show you what this looks like Mega Mai Tai or amber purple. We're going to see what it looks like. Yeah, if you want leaded crystal, I would go to like your thrift shops, your Value Village, your Goodwill, and just look for leaded crystal there. It's becoming slowly very, very collectible. All right, so we got this sun-looking thing going on, right? All right, what the heck? So we're going to watch this Mega Mai Tai. It might actually start forming. Watch. We may have it where you're going to start to see it evolve on its own. Okay. See it getting a little darker? Those little transitions. It's getting darker. Holy crap, this is kind of cool to watch. I've never seen it. Look at that. I've never watched it do this. Holy crap. Oh, what's up, Betty? Oh, that was freaking awesome. I'm clipping that. Hey, Betty, I think I sent you a message. If not, I've got 4 little baby dragonflies sitting at my house that made their way back here. So if you don't see a message, I thought I sent it, but I've been running crazy. Yeah, I have them here. I have them here. They came to me, and I was like, really? Better late than never, but I wanted to let you know. So we'll be shipping those back out. All right, where did I put that glass rod? Holy moly. I had a big old chunky glass rod around here. We're just going to grab a new one. Okay, that was a pretty epic little view. God, I want to try that again. All right, so we're going to encase that in clear. You got it, Betty. There's actually, there's 4 dragonflies and a little bonus item in there, so I'm glad it made it back. And it didn't have a label on it. That was the weird thing. It said return to me, and it's a handwritten address on the box. It's handwritten and returned to me, but there was no official label on the box. Just a note. I know. But like I said, the mail carrier I have here, her husband's postmaster, so a lot of times if something's local, they know to take care of it. The box looks like it had been opened like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, someone was honest, yeah. Most of the people in my area are pretty honest. The place I live, the little town, most of the people are pretty honest. The only other place that I've been to that is like super, super, super honest is Sanibel Island. You could literally leave your wallet on a outside railing and go in your store, and someone will bring it in. I know the train. God, don't remind me of the train. That was funny, though. It was funny, but it wasn't. All right, so we're magnifying that little bit of Mega Mai Tai with the white backing. We're creating I'm going to try and keep this marble a little small. I promise I'm going to keep it a little smaller. We're going to work on keeping it small. All right. So I got that half done. We're going to grab some uranium, pop it into the other end. So the end that's up top up there. And little uranium, little shimmer, some clear on top of it. And then we're going to turn it to a marble pretty fast. Oh, Betty, I had a shipment go out. Actually, it was 2 people's orders. And for some reason, a FedEx driver stopped his truck on the train tracks and the whole thing got hit by a train. It was FedEx. I don't know why they stopped their truck on the tracks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Uncle Scooby. There's still some cool places where that is prevalent. I think that's kind of cool. All right, let's add some shimmer in here just to be sure. And then we're going to add some uranium. Actually, I'm just going to do a little bit. And then I'm going to go all the way around. There, just a tiny little shimmer. All right, let's grab some uranium glass. I happen to have a big bucket of it here. So uranium glass, Kathy, thank you for hanging out. Go to thefieryguy.com. So uranium glass is like exactly what's on the bottom of the jellyfish. It lights up under black light. So you can see how intense that is, or the little marbles down there, and the glass rod. I like uranium glass. I think it's pretty amazing to work with. And we're going to add some into this marble. Just a little bit, though, because I'm going to stretch this out. We're going to try it a different way this time. All right, definitely got an itch. Oh, come on, seriously? Yeah, we'll use you. All right, so we're going to add a bunch of clear to the other side. Man, that's probably a dumb move, but... I don't have a shorter one or a longer one. We're going to trim this little bit off because that's where it was cut. There we go. All right, let's get this on. And then we're going to flatten this out, kind of like a UFO shape or a hamburger. Last night it kind of turned out like a hamburger. And then from there, we stretch it out into what I call the dragon's eye. And then we push it back together into a marble, and we get this really cool looking corkscrew to it. Oh, you saw the short video? Yeah. I just put a new short out. If you guys would like to help out, just go on the short video, hit a like on it. Just like the newest short video. It says silver turns to gold or something like that. I can't remember the title. But watch silver turn to gold. It's the newest short. If you wouldn't mind just going in and hitting the like on it, if you would like to leave a comment, that would be even better. Also, if you guys are on YouTube and you have any hype points, HYPE, hype points, and you wouldn't mind sending them my way on one of the videos or shorts or something, that would be really helpful. Okay, we need a longer rod. I can't do it this way. We are not getting anywhere with this. Okay. All right. Got to do it the hard way. So we're going to add in a lot of clear. I guess we're going bigger. The flame is a flame from the Glass Torch Technologies. This isn't even the biggest flame. I haven't even engaged the third ring. I don't even know if I have it set up. Do I have it set up? There. That's a flame. No need for it right now, though. We only need this one. The flame thing, I need to repair your glass. I wouldn't try that. I definitely wouldn't try repairing your glass on your own. You could definitely get hurt. Especially if it shatters on you. All right, sorry for the big delay in getting this thing done, but I had to find a suitable rod. All right, so we're compressing all this together. Right now, we kind of have, I don't even know what the hell that is. Tootsie Roll. Here we go. So we're going to bring it in and start compressing it down. All right. There we go. I don't want to add any more to, I do not want this big. I do not want this marble big. I'm just trying to get that gap sealed in. In fact, I'm going to cut this off. I'm not getting any bigger. No, no, and no. Nope. Not doing it. Okay. I know it's ooey gooey time for sure. So we do have a moment I can use the filter. So this filter is just like my glasses, and you can see that it filters out some of the bright light spectrum there versus that. Unfortunately, I can't hold that there too long because it gets really hot. We are going to punch in a little bit closer for just a few minutes. I'll do the filter one more time here, and there we go. So that's what my glasses do versus that. As soon as we start getting ready to pop into the molds, we're going to pull the camera back out and give you the ooey gooey molten time. All right, let's bring it back out. Welcome in. We are going to punch in just a little. I want to get a little closer to that mold. Nope, not that far. There. So these are the items I'll be using right here, these molds. They're like half domes of graphite. Just got to get it hot enough. And there is something in that. There's something in there. Definitely something not good in there. So here we go. The little satisfaction. Oh, we actually have to go to the big one. Damn it. All right, that's a little ooey gooey right there. All right, there's my hamburglar shape. I discovered this last night. Here we go. Tell me that does not look like the hamburglar, the McDonald's hamburger, the Hamburglar's hamburger. Are you serious? Look at that. Oxygen and propane. Does it not look like the Hamburglar's hamburger? God dang, I can't speak. It looks like a hamburger, right? That's what I'm saying. Crazy town. Might as well show you a little bit of the view too here. All right, let me pull this little tiny bit off here. We're going to show you some of the colors that are happening. Again, I said this is going to take a little while. It's not going to be the fastest marble made. Kind of want to chill, hang with you guys, show you the process, and we'll go from there. Pull that little bit off though. That is a chunky monkey I don't need. All right, let's bring it out. So this is the uranium side. It's going to have a little bit of a green tint to it. It's not going to glow under the black light, but look at that. Almost looks like it has a heart shape in there. Huh. But that is the uranium side, okay? Now the colors are going to come out way better when it starts to actually cool off, like in the kiln. Good night, Stephen. Have a good night. Hopefully your wife enjoyed the hummingbird, by the way. Again, I'm going to do a little call to action. If you guys wouldn't mind going on to my short video that I just put out there, hit the like button, make a comment. It would help me a tremendous amount. It's 17 seconds. It just shows the silver fuming process. But it'll definitely help my channel. I guess my watch is telling me to stand up. It's going to have to wait. Okay, we're going to separate this. And then we put it back into the little mold down here. It's going to help shape it back out into kind of like a half dome. And then this is kind of where we get that UFO shape going. And then from there, we're going to attach two rods opposite ends of each other from here. And we're going to stretch it out into what I call the dragon's eye, just kind of stretching it out. It looks very much like, I think, what a dragon's eye would look like. And then we're going to compress it back into a marble, and we're going to get this beautiful spiral in there. It's definitely going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spiral. There we go. Good night, everybody, if you're taking... I know some people are on the East Coast and it's getting late, but we're finishing it up. Finishing this marble up. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Ugh. Ugh. There was a bug in there. Oh, man, that's an awful bug. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, that was a bad one. Ooh. Hopefully it's incinerated now, because that was awful. All right, let's take a look at where we're at here. We'll come off to the side view. So there we are. We kind of got both sides kind of mellowed out right now. So this is the opposite side of what we had. We're going to watch. Let's see if we can get that amber purple to pop back in. Let's see if it does it. Let's see if it gets bright again. Sorry, guys. This is going to take a second. Oh, my God. It is getting dark. Look at it. It's actually darkening up on its own again. Just watch. Yeah, it is definitely darkening. I'm not going to sit here for 5 minutes while it does it, but I wanted to see if it would darken up, and it sure as heck is. So that's that Mega Mai Tai in there. Okay, let's finish this guy up. This will be one of the ones that you see in the morning. I don't know what it's going to do. Oh, it is going dark. Sorry. We're going to pop it off here. See, it is going dark. Getting a little bit darker in there. Especially on that end. Yeah, this is one of those ones that's like a surprise in the morning. You don't know what you're going to get. Okay, we're going to attach that there. Then we're going to break this one off and attach one right to the other side. Like that. So we kind of snapped it right off. Got a little sharp edge. That's okay though. Yeah, see it's getting darker now on the edges. Yeah, it's definitely coming into its own. Okay, so from here we're going to focus on the very center core of this kind of donut looking cupcake, whatever you want to call it. You got to straighten it out though. It's a little crooked. So we're only focused on the very center portion of this, not the two ends that the rods are attached to. In order to do that, we're just going to skim the surface. I'm not putting this whole thing in the flame. I just want the bottom of the flame skimming the very top of this so that the heat stays very focused right in the middle. If I bury it all the way in the flame travels to the two sides and will melt in. I don't want that. So we use the bottom edge of the flame. Now you can do it from the top too, but it's a lot harder to see. That's why I use the bottom. You can see exactly where I'm heating in that center portion. In fact, I'll try and bring the camera up a little. There we go. We'll do it up here for now. We'll punch it in. This takes a minute. See, I'm just skimming. God, that almost looks like it's giving me the middle finger. Doesn't it? Holy moly. It looks like it's giving me the middle finger. The flame. All right, here we go. We're going to bring it out and slowly start to stretch. I'm going to try and get it right in front of the camera. It's a very slow process. We're going to pull. Going to cut it down a little bit. Bring it back out and stretch. Like that. All right, now we stretched it back out. We pulled it down and out. So from here, what's going to end up happening is, I'll leave it tight in at the moment. As I start to push this back together, it's going to automatically start spiraling and corkscrew. If I had wanted to leave these lines straight all the way around, I would just pull the ends off and make it round. So you'd have to do it a lot bigger and then just pull the two ends off and make it round from there. But I am going to leave it in the up-close view at the moment so you guys can see that natural spiral start to take place. We're going to drop it down a flame. This will take a little bit longer, but you'll see it actually start to kind of twist and come together, hopefully. See, we're getting it a little spiral to it. And I'm just pushing it together. You can see we're getting a little bit, it needs more, okay? It's not quite all the way there. And I'm just pushing it more and more together. All right. Now we got a little spiral. So we're going to burn this end off and start forming it and shaping it. And we're going to set that down. Man, I got a mess and a half up here. Pull that really tight. If you've stuck around this long, for this is where the fun stuff starts to happen, and you're going to start seeing a lot of cool things happening with it. Bring it out. You can see that kind of spiral happening right on the side flame as we're melting it in. You could use a regular torch, but I wouldn't use acetylene. It's hot enough, but it's a very dirty gas with all that carbon. It'll get into the glass. There we go. See that little beautiful little spiral got going on? Okay. Now we got to go to the full view. There we go. I am going to punch it back a little bit. We'll get a little closer into those molds. And here we go. Yeah, this is where it looks really good. This is where we're going to start seeing all the colors, the patterns, everything happening. If you've stuck around this long, now's the time to just wade in. What's up, Corliss? How are you? Witchin, Grandma, how are you? A Phoenix survives. Hello. So the key on this is never, ever, ever force the glass into the molds. You just kind of let the weight of the glass and the natural flow of it start shaping it. Okay, you can literally do it with 2 fingers. Okay, I don't know how many times I see people jamming it in here like they're angry at it, like it owes them money. It's like, just let it chill. Just let it do its thing. I'm doing good. Yeah, I wish I could keep those colors. That yellow and orange would be absolutely off the hook. Damn it, I just showed my age for sure. Not that the gray hair didn't give it away. But saying off the hook, yeah. All right, we're going to come over to the smaller mold and just kind of let it do its thing. Oh yeah, we are looking good. And I am so happy with this. I hope to God it doesn't crack. I hate walking into the kiln or looking into the kiln and seeing it crack. Oh man, that is a heartache. Next time that happens, I'll film it and post it. Like the heartache of opening your kiln and seeing a marble split in half. No, it doesn't crack to high temperature. So some colors don't play well with each other. They don't like each other. And especially a green. Certain greens hate being deep inside the glass, if you will. Like if you encase it in a lot of clear, they're just going to crack because the chromium that makes green continues to grow little crystals as it's cooling, and then it spikes those little crystals into shattering the glass as it's growing. So it doesn't necessarily make a giant crack, it makes all these little splintered cracks. Now, if you get enough green in there that's not friendly or 2 colors that don't like each other, yeah, it will definitely explode in half. Okay. Ooh. Now that is pretty. How do you start working with glass as a hobby? There are several different ways to approach it. For right now, I would say join a group on Facebook called Torch Talk. Gives you a lot of good starter information. Just understand that group is the moderators are good, but there are people in that group that are toxic. So take it for a grain of salt. But I'm actually going to put together a course on school SKOOL. I'm going to put together a little beginning course and what to buy, how to buy it, safety equipment, how to set it up, all that fun stuff. Because it's just a tremendous amount of information to try and relay to someone. You can't just go buy a torch and say, okay. There's like so many things you don't know until you get into it. It's like, oh, I didn't know I need flashback arresters. What do you mean hose clamps? Why is my hose clamp not holding on? Because I don't have the crimpy kind. Fire extinguishers. Fireproof tops. There's just a million little things on there. But yeah, we'll be offering a little, kind of like a starter guide. And I'm trying to work out, I'm going to contact the owner of Pollock Glass in New Orleans and see if he'll set up for the Fiery family, all the crew here, or anybody, experiences at his studio for people. So you could go in and kind of try glass blowing. You don't have to spend all the money, like on equipment or any of that stuff. He'll have it all, and you get to go in and try it just to see if you even like it. Be about 2.5 hours. And he's in New Orleans, which I think is pretty central to everything. All right, so we're just getting this sucker round. I'll show it to you in just a minute. Again, I like showing everybody the progress. My live streams are mostly about how it's made, not how to make it. A little bit. I got to do one more pass here. I got a little wrinkle in it. There we go. Oh, yeah. Now it's smooth. That is free-flowing perfectly. Yeah, for those people, where was that guy? I haven't seen him in a while. He's like, you don't blow glass. I'm like, yes, I do. There you go. All right, there we are. So we've got a nice little spiral happening in here. And you can see some of that color popping in. Now, this is going to be a color that it's going to take all night for it to cook. It's not going to show up right away. We're going to get lots and lots of color bouncing through this, like multitudes. You can see a little bit of that uranium popping in there. And a little bit of it, yeah, it's going to be amazing. All right, one last little puntey transfer, and this marble's done. Uh-oh, maybe? Oh, no. There's a little wrinkle. I'm glad I caught that. In fact, we may have to use borax on here. I need to wait for a second. This may be one of those instances where I show you why you need borax laundry soap. Unless I got the bug out of it. I did. All right, it's not bad. It's not there. All right, last little puntey. So this is called a puntey. This is the part that I really dislike. The last part. So that marble is barely hanging on there. It's not attached. It's stuck, but not fused. One bump the wrong way, and off it comes. Then I got to go place the, go chase the 3,000 degree marble. Okay, there we go. Oh man, I'm so happy with this. We had a good night tonight. We got some really cool stuff done. Before you guys go, before we do anything, I'm going to show you the Mega Mai Tai flower one last time. All right, this thing is wobbling in a bad way. Don't fall. Okay, we're going to bring it over. And I know how close my arm looks to the flame. It's not. I promise you, my arm is pretty far away from the flame. And here we go. Just got to smooth this out. Yeah, I'm happy. All right, last view before we knock it off its perch here. So there's the uranium. This section in here that's kind of like white-green right there, that's going to be a different color, like an ambery purple color. It needs to cook for a while. Okay, we're going to use my favorite tool from Dragonfly Creation, who is one of the moderators on here. If you are a glassblower and you do not have this, you are missing out. Okay, we're going to pop it in here. So hit up Dragonfly if you want one. And then you just tap. Remember I said it was barely on there? Yep. Well, shoot. It's got a tiny little nipple on it. Damn it. I do not like that. All right, now we'll smooth it out. Now it'll go away. Gotta let it sit for a second. I'm gonna definitely need some better grips here, and probably my glove. Not that glove. Gonna need the Kevlar glove to go in the kiln, because I gotta bury it way in the back. There it is last time. I can't really show it that much. We have to get it in the kiln. All right, let me show you the Mega Mai Tai flour. before we do too much more. I'm very proud of this color coming out and finding it. This is the version that has the borax. Okay. Y'all ready? Can you see that? Is that not pretty? Look at that. And here we go. Here comes the reveal. Bam. And then from the back. So it stays very, very amber. And then light it up. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Yeah, I like that. It looks fantastic. Okay, it has been 3 hours and 15 minutes of streaming. I think it's time for me to call it a night. So I appreciate the mods. Thank you very much. So, members, subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you for making my night so pleasant and happy. I will see you all tomorrow, bright and early in the morning. And you all have a good night. Don't forget to check out my short.